Listen up, Philly, because the absolute madness of the NFL schedule release just hit the fan, and honestly, my heart is racing. Because this 2026 slate is a total war zone that will define our legacy forever. We are not just looking at dates on a calendar, we are looking at the path to glory or the road to a complete nightmare scenario for the Birds. The leaks are coming out fast and furious, and what I am seeing right now changes everything we thought about this season, so buckle up, because the journey ahead is absolutely explosive and brutal. Before we dive into the blood and guts of this schedule, I need to ask you to join our tribe. Because we are pushing for 3,000 subscribers, and we need every single Eagles soul in this fight with us, so hit that button right now. Now let's talk about that home opener, because the league is throwing us right into the fire with a Week 1 showdown against the Washington Commanders at the Link. This isn't just a game, it is a statement of intent for the entire season, and honestly, playing these guys for the second straight year at home to start the journey feels like destiny calling us out. We have been the home team in Week 1 for 3 years running now, and there is something special about that humidity and that energy in Philly when the season kicks off. The history is there, because we opened against them in 2017 and 2020, but doing it in front of our own crowd is a different beast entirely. We need Jalen Hurts to come out and set the tone immediately, because we know the Commanders are trying to build something over there, but they are entering our house. The narrative is simple, which is total dominance from the first whistle, because if we drop a home opener against a divisional rival, the pressure becomes suffocating instantly. This is where the grit shows, and where the legacy of this roster starts to take shape, because the schedule makers aren't giving us any time to warm up. I want to know if you think starting against Washington is a blessing or a trap, because they are hungry and we are the hunted. This roster has the personality and the power to crush them, but we cannot afford a slow start like we have seen in the past. We are building a culture of winning here, and it starts with protecting the Link against anyone who dares to step on that grass. The atmosphere is going to be electric, and I can already feel the tension rising as we count down the days to September 13th. It is about more than just football, it is about tribal warfare in the NFC East, and we are ready to go to war for our city. But wait, because things are about to get even crazier as we look at the early stretch of this gauntlet. Because the NFL is sending us across the pond for a global showdown. In Week 5, we are heading to London to face the Jacksonville Jaguars, and let me tell you, this is a massive test of our focus and our stamina. We haven't been to London since 2018, and back then we took down the Jags at Wembley, but this time we are heading to the high-tech Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is a business trip, but the logistics are a total nightmare, and the pressure to perform on a global stage is massive for these guys. We are technically the road team here, which is interesting, because we haven't played in Jacksonville since 2010, so the league is clearly finding ways to keep us away from their home turf. Before we even get to London, though, we have a massive Monday Night Football clash in Week 3 against the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. This is a redemption arc moment for us because we still have the bitter taste of that Black Friday blowout from last year in our mouths. Heading into Soldier Field is always a gritty experience, and with the Bears looking for a new stadium, this might be our final chance to leave our mark on that historic grass. We haven't lost there since 2010, and we need to keep that streak alive to show the rest of the league that we own the road. The emotional pivot here is real because we go from the bright lights of Chicago to the international spotlight of London in just 2 weeks. It is a grueling stretch that will test the depth of our roster and the mental toughness of our coaching staff. Are we prepared for the jet lag and the distractions, or are we going to let these opportunities slip through our fingers like sand? The raw truth is that the NFL wants to see us fail on these big stages, but we thrive when the lights are the brightest. This is the kind of storytelling that makes a season legendary, and I am losing my mind thinking about the intensity of these early matchups. The tension just keeps escalating, because as we hit the midpoint of the season, we find ourselves back in the primetime spotlight for a massive Sunday night football clash. In Week 8, we travel to Northwest Stadium for the second act of our war with the Washington Commanders, and this is where things get truly personal. We are talking about a box office matchup between Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels that the entire world will be watching with bated breath. The Eagles have dominated this series with a 32-20 record since the turn of the century, but this isn't your grandfather's Washington team anymore. They made the NFC Championship game just 2 years ago, and they are desperate to prove that they are the new kings of the East. This game is going to be a physical bloodbath, and the narrative of these two dual-threat quarterbacks going head-to-head is almost too much to handle. I want to see our defense step up and make a statement that shuts down the hype train once and for all. What happens if we win this game and take total control of the division, or even worse, what if we stumble under the bright lights of NBC? The stakes are sky high, and the atmosphere in that stadium is going to be hostile beyond belief, but that is exactly how we like it. We are the insiders who know that this team is built for these moments, and we expect nothing less than total victory. The rivalry is renewed and the fire is burning hotter than ever, because this isn't just a game, it is a battle for our soul. I am telling you right now that this Week 8 matchup could be the turning point for the entire season, where we either pull away from the pack or get dragged into a dogfight. You can feel the energy shifting and the weight of expectation sitting heavy on everyone's shoulders. We are Philadelphia, and we don't back down from anyone, especially not a divisional rival on national television. It is time to show the world that the Eagles are the true powerhouse of this league and that no one can stand in our way when we are playing our best football. Seriously, I am losing my mind here because the schedule makers just handed us the ultimate holiday gift and a massive challenge all wrapped into one. For the first time since 2015, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing on Thanksgiving Day, and it is the matchup we have all been dreaming of. We are heading to Big D to face the Dallas Cowboys in the late afternoon slot, and the world is going to stop to watch this one. We have a historic 6-1 record on Thanksgiving, and we are actually 2-0 against the Cowboys on this specific holiday, so the omens are in our favor. This is the first time we have faced them on Turkey Day since 2014, and it feels like a cosmic alignment of the stars. This is more than just football, it is a tribal clash for the crown of the NFC East, and we are going into their house to take what is ours. The narrative is explosive because the Cowboys always think they own Thanksgiving, but we are coming to ruin their dinner and silence their crowd. It is ridiculous how much this game means to both fan bases, and the intensity is going to be off the charts from the opening kickoff. I have a secret theory that the league scheduled this just to see if we could handle the pressure of the biggest stage in regular season football. We are the ultimate road warriors, and there is nothing I love more than seeing those silver helmets hanging in shame as we celebrate in their stadium. This is the kind of game that defines a legacy, and Jalen Hurts has the chance to become a Thanksgiving legend forever. I can already hear the boost from the Dallas fans, and it just fuels my fire, because we know we are the better team. We are going to show them that America's team actually wears midnight green and that the tradition of winning on Thanksgiving belongs to us and us alone. The final stretch of this schedule is a total roller coaster that will test our heart and our will to survive. In Week 15, we host the Seattle Seahawks on a Saturday, and this is a game that absolutely terrifies me because of the history. We are 0-8 in our last 8 meetings against them, and we haven't beaten them at home since 1989, which is just completely insane. This is a curse that needs to be broken right now, and doing it just before Christmas would be the ultimate gift to this city. Then, on Christmas Eve, we have a primetime showdown against the Houston Texans on Thursday Night Football. This is a fascinating matchup because we have never lost to the Texans in the history of our franchise, going 6-0 all time. We are the only team they have never beaten, and we need to keep that streak alive to secure our spot in the playoffs. This schedule is unlike anything we have ever seen, with international games and holiday clashes and primetime spotlights at every turn. It is a gauntlet of fire, but I believe this team has the grit and the soul to come out on top. I want to see your fire below in the comments, because I need to know if you think this is our year, or if we are being set down a path of destruction. Are you ready to stand with us through the highs and the lows of this legendary journey ahead? We are building something special here, and we need every single one of you to be part of this tribe as we chase that championship glory. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are on the road to 3,000 and we can't do it without you. The future is bright and the path is set, so let's go out there and show the world what Philadelphia is made of. It is time to fly high and leave everything on the field. Bird Gang.